It's a really strange paradox we're living in right now. Our technology, especially AI, has never been smarter or more powerful, and yet our own ability to just sit down and do focused, important work, it feels like it's completely collapsing. So today, we're going to break down exactly why that's happening, and more importantly, show you a new way to think about this that could completely flip the script.
This quote, man, it just hits the nail on the head. We're in this new economy, where the most valuable skill isn't knowing how to use the latest app, it's actually having the mental strength to ignore it. The ability to achieve deep focus has literally become a superpower, and we're about to see just how valuable it is.
All right, first things first, let's really diagnose the problem, the one we're all feeling every single day. We are constantly plugged in, constantly connected, but we feel less and less effective. This is the new reality we're living in, the attention crisis.
And this right here is the central tension, isn't it? We've got all these incredible tools like Slack and generative AI that are supposed to make us lightning fast. But our actual meaningful output, the work that really moves the needle, it seems to be flatlining. We've gotten really good at being busy, at forwarding info, but not so good at creating new value.
And it turns out there's actually a name for this. Professor Sophie Leroy calls it attention residue. It perfectly explains that laggy, foggy feeling you get after you check just one quick email or message. See, when you switch tasks, a part of your brain literally stays behind, still thinking about the last thing you were doing. You're never fully present on the new task.
And the cost of this? It's absolutely staggering. This constant jumping between tasks creates what neuroscientists call a cognitive switching penalty. The effect is a drop in your functional IQ of up to 15 points. I mean, to put that into perspective, that's basically the same cognitive hit you take from losing an entire night of sleep.
So the big question is, how do we fight back? Well, the author Cal Newport gives us this really powerful framework to think about this. He argues that we have to start seeing our work in two totally different buckets, deep work versus shallow work.
Okay, so on one hand, you've got deep work. This is when you're completely free from distractions, pushing your brain to its limits, and creating something new and valuable. And then there's shallow work. These are the logistical things, the low-value tasks like answering emails or organizing files, stuff you can pretty much do while you're distracted. So you have to ask yourself, which one of these is dominating your day?
And this brings us to a really harsh economic truth. The market value of that shallow, logistical work is absolutely plummeting towards zero. And why is that? Well, because an AI can do those tasks way faster, way cheaper, and way more efficiently than any human ever could. It's a tough pill to swallow, but it's the reality we have to face.
Okay, but this is where the story takes a really interesting turn. Instead of seeing AI as this big threat that's coming for our jobs, we need to completely reframe it. What if AI isn't the problem? What if it's actually the ultimate lever to save us from all this distraction?
So this is the big question we have to answer. For a lot of people, AI is just another shiny object, right? Another tab to have open, another thing pulling at our attention. But for the most successful people, it's becoming the single most powerful tool for actually reclaiming their focus.
And here it is. This is the secret. The whole point isn't just to use AI, it's to strategically use it as a kind of shield. You deploy it to automate all that shallow work, the meeting summaries, the scheduling, the data crunching, all those little tasks that shatter our attention. Think about that. AI's true gift isn't giving you answers, it's giving you back your time.
You see, this changes the entire game. The conversation isn't AI versus humans anymore. It's now deep humans leveraging AI. It becomes a partnership where the machines handle all the heavy lifting, the computation, and that frees up our human brains for what we do best. High-level strategy, creativity, and that deep, innovative thinking.
Okay, so that's the theory. But what does this partnership actually look like in the real world? Let's break down a concrete AI-powered workflow that is totally transforming how valuable work gets done. So check this out. Imagine this process. First, you take all your research and you load it into what you could call a cognitive engine, an AI tool like NotebookLM that helps you think. Step 2, you use that AI to generate new insights and structure a story. Then third, you feed those core ideas into a visual engine like Leonardo AI to create all your visuals. And finally, step 4, you step in to do the final assembly, adding that essential human touch.
And the results? Honestly, the efficiency gains are almost hard to believe. A whole process of research, analysis, and creative design that would normally take maybe 20 hours can be crunched down into about 30 minutes of focused AI-assisted work.
This isn't just about working faster, it's about buying back 19.5 hours for true, uninterrupted deep work.
So let's be super clear about who does what here. The AI is your tireless researcher, your instant summarizer, your graphic designer. It does all the grunt work. But you, the essential human in the loop, you provide the strategic direction, the creative vision, and that emotional connection that no algorithm can ever touch. You are the conductor of this AI orchestra.
So, what does this all mean? What's the big takeaway here? Well, the battle for success in the next decade isn't going to be fought over who has the fanciest technology. It's going to be fought and won by those who have the best focus.
Look, the big idea is really simple. As the world gets louder and more chaotic, the ability to just shut out the noise and concentrate becomes the ultimate competitive advantage. It's how you'll learn hard things and produce work that actually matters. In short, your focus is the new IQ.
And at the end of the day, it all comes down to a choice that you and I have to make every single time we open our laptops. Are we going to be distracted users of our tools, letting them pull us into a black hole of shallow busy work? Or are we going to leverage these tools to become focused, deep-thinking masters of our craft? The future belongs to those who choose the latter.